Hi everyone, I am Tara, aka Spirit Mother, and I would like to welcome you all back to my Spirit to Spirit Teachings Going Within Self on TikTok 1974 Enlightened. Also live on my Facebook. If you're new to my channel, I always recommend, suggest, and really encourage that you read the description on my YouTube channel, Spirit to Spirit Teachings of Going Within Self, to get a better understanding of what it is that I bring forward on my channel. Okay, some of you are aware, and I use a lot of my own life experiences. I talk about politics, I talk about the medical system, the justice system, the educational system, and I use a lot of my own experiences to affiliate that with it. I even talk about like within my own family structure. Now, today I was on a healing session with somebody, and I was trying to figure out, like, how am I going to start my own, right? Like getting my own healing sessions going, because, like, being like helping people with physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually all at the same time. And I figured, okay, first off, like I don't want to use my everyday email address. So I wanted to create a new email for specifically for Zoom. And that's why it's called what happens when you create an email account. Okay. Now, I know a lot of people know certain things about when you're creating an email account, but how many of you actually went in and read with regards to your privacy statements? What you're giving them permission to do? I don't myself personally. I never personally really read the privacy statements, but Spirit was telling me, before you finish doing this, read the privacy statements. And as I started reading them, it was like, oh shit, man. Throughout this, my body may jerk and jolt and what have you, and spaz a bit, because I'm going to be lighting up some shadows. Okay, so this is going to hit a lot of social media platforms too, advertisements. It's going to it affects your personal information, as you know that. It's what it collects on you and what it shares about you and the people you communicate with. You're even given access to your operating systems. So if you think of yourself as being an operating system, which you are, you're a form of an operating system. You run on programs, limited belief systems. You run on memory, feelings. You get viruses the same as a computer, right? So how are we going to figure out what your antivirus is? The antivirus is speaking up about the viruses within your system. Think of emails. Okay, you're giving up, when you create an email, you're giving up all your personal information. Whatever medical stuff or legal stuff or what have you that you have on your operating systems that you put into your computers, your phones, what have you. in all actuality, they should not have any access to this stuff. They should not be able to use it or interfere within it. But see, they put that all, they put it there for you, knowing that few people actually read the privacy statements, same as when you're doing a contract. You do an insurance contract. How long is that contract? Do you completely read through it all? Some people do, but very few people do. Do you read through it all to know what it is that you're signing? Because, and when you, if you do you understand what it is saying to you? Because in many ways, it's extremely misleading because it's not explained. Because the only people that really know that type of that kind of language usually are ones working in that field, right? I feel like I'm gonna burp or barf or something. I guess it's a burp confirmation. Okay, so the email address, the email that I was trying to make was a Yahoo. Yahoo! We got your information. Yahoo! Oh, they don't like you making fun of them. But see, every time we accept an app or we put our information in, you're giving up. You're basically you're giving up your privacy. And we say about privacy. They laugh at us because we freely give up our privacy out of stupidity. I'm not saying we're stupid. I'm saying out of stupidity. Because it becomes a lack of understanding and more of you want to be able to use it to communicate and share with others. So you feel like, well, it's okay, you know. So as far as people saying about, you know, they're putting all these cameras in and no privacy, you're giving up your privacy. You're giving up your any, like I said, any medical stuff that you have in your phone, any conversations, any pictures, the apps and everything affiliated to those apps, including your social medias. And I say to, you know, the programming, the way of reprogramming the system is seeing the system for what it is. Communicating messages. The messages are communicated through a invisible channel, let's say. We're learning how to be that invisible channel from spirit to spirit. So it'd be person to person. Okay. Yeah, I know I probably lost some people here, or I gained some because I'm making reference to technology and physical. AI and physical. Or you could look at it alpha intelligence and AI intelligence. Welcome to Yahoo privacy policy, last updated November 23rd. About Yahoo. Yahoo, previously known as Verizon Media, is a technology and media company that provides a range of services. We service our customers, our consumers, partners, advertisers, and talent through our profile of digital platforms, products, services offered under our AOL, Yahoo, and other brands. Okay, now you'll know what basically what Yahoo is, a privacy pledge. Our commitment is to put users first, to strive, to be apparent about how we collect and use your information. Catch that? How we collect and use your information. But some will say, well, there's nothing wrong with that. Okay. To keep your information secure, to provide you meaningful choices. Okay, so to keep your information secure. What's that mean? It keeps it private and safe, right? Okay. The privacy policy is meant to help you understand what information, okay, now your controls, you all know that, okay. You know, it does the websites, it does your apps, services, advertising, products, services, or technologies, okay. Your controls, we believe you should have tools to control your information. You can find controls to manage our review. You can find controls to manage or review your account information, marketing preference, location data, and search history at Privacy Control. Okay, so you can go back and you can see what you've done. Information collection and use, general. Certain categories of information collected by Yahoo are necessary to use our services, such as the information you must provide when registering for some services. We may collect and combine information when you interact with Yahoo services, including information outlined below. Information you provide to us. We may collect the information that you provide to us, such as when you create an account with Yahoo service or brand. Note, when you use the services, we may recognize you or your devices, even if you are not signed in to our services. So even if you're not signed in, they're watching you, they're observing you, they're collecting everything you do, even if you're not signed in. But people say, well, we know that. Then why are you complaining about privacy? When you use our services to communicate with others or post, upload, or store content such as comments, photos, voice inputs, videos, emails, messaging services, and attachments. Yahoo analyzes and stores all communication content, including email content from incoming and outgoing email or outgoing mail. This allows us to deliver, personalize, and develop relevant features, content, advertising, and services. When you otherwise use our services, such as title queries, watch history, page reviews, search queries, view the content we make available, and install any Yahoo software, such as plugins. So plugins to me would represent we can easily put a virus in. So if you know energy, you can actually understand that when you're connected with your devices, you can actually feel the change in your body. You feel the frequency. Yeah, when you sign up for paid services, use services that require your financial information or complete transactions with us or our business partners. We may collect your payment and billing information. They're collecting it. Yes, I know they like for your billing, they need it, right? But collecting, what does collecting mean? You have things laying, or you bring things in and you have it laying around. More data. Everything you put in there, they're collecting with regards to your financial. And don't think they're not, because they are. That's why they're using plugins. When you sign, I've been like, okay. Device information. We collect information from your device, computers, mobile phones, tablets, etc., including information about how you interact with our services and those of our third party partners, and information that allows us to recognize and associate your activity across devices and services. The information includes device-specific identifiers and information such as your IP address, cookie information, mobile device and advertising identifiers, browse version, operating system type and version, mobile network information, device settings, and software data. We may recognize your device to provide you with personalized experience and advertising across the device you use. Location information. We collect location information for a variety of sources. You can learn more about and manage your location permissions on our locations page and by visiting the location settings tools. Information from cookies, other technologies. We collect information when you access content, advertising, sites, interactive widgets, applications, and other products, both on and off of your service. We're Yahoo's data collection technologies, such as web beacons. Let's go to web beacons. Web beacons and SDKs. Sites, apps, videos, emails, and other services may contain a small snippet of code called a beacon, or in a mobile app, certain an SDK or software development kit. In their sublets form, beacons allow a service to transfer or collect information through a server request anytime they want. Services may use beacons for many purposes, including counting the number of users who visit a web page, download an app, or read an email, site usage analytics, advertising, audioing, and reporting, and content and advertising personalization. Yahoo's practice regarding beacons. Yahoo may collect information through beacons and SDKs on or off of Yahoo brands, websites, apps, advertising services, products, services, or technology. They're sharing your information. services about your online activities, such as the service you are visiting, the address of the refer page for the site you previously visited, the time you are visiting the service, and your browsing or device settings. So they can change it anytime they want, right? They can put plugins, and they can change it anytime they want. You know, maybe there's not a lot of people in here interested in this. And if you're not, don't talk about having privacy or say about how your government is taking your privacy from you. Are they taking it from you, or are you offering it up? We may use the information we collect through beacons and SDKs to understand traffic patterns and how you use and interact with products and services, to improve Yahoo products and services, to optimize your experience, to provide audio research, modeling, and report for our advertising and other partners, to offer Yahoo Analytics, including Flurry, to provide you, oh wait, okay, well, go read up on beacons. I'm going to get back to the other thing. Okay, and cookies technology are present. These data collection technologies allow us to understand your activity on and off your service, and to collect and store information when you interact with the store service or offer to partners. The information includes the kind of content or ads served, viewed, or clicked on, the frequency and duration of your activities, the sites or apps you used before assessing our services, and where you went next, whether you engaged with specific content or ads, or whether you went or visited an advertisement website, download or advertised his app, purchased a product or services advertised, or took other actions. So they're keeping track of every, like, what you're buying, but you say you know that, right? And I'll say it again, if you know all this stuff that they're doing this, I'm going to ask, why are you talking about your privacy? How we use this information. Oh, information from others. We collect information about you when we receive it from other users, third parties, and affiliations, such as when you connect your account to a third party service or sign in using a third party like Facebook or Twitter. From publicly available services, from advertisers about your experiences and interactions with their offerings. When we obtain information from third parties or other companies, such as those that use our service, this may include your activity on other sites and apps, as well as information those third parties provide to you or us. So your third party, it's everything. Because unless it's between you and Yahoo itself, everything else is a third party. If you know about legal technology or legal jargon, then you'd know with regards to third party, it's someone outside of that contract. How we use your information. We are able to deliver personalized and improve our services by combining and using the information we have about you, including information we receive on or off our services, to understand how you use and interact with the service with our services and the people or things you connected to and interested in. We also may use the information we have about you for the following purposes: provide, maintain, improve, and develop relevant features, content, and services. Somebody told me the other day that there was this guy, and he'd have porno movies, and they'd be pretty freaking graphic. They'd even be dangerous, abusive, and they would go in. This person would go in and Photoshop with somebody else's face on there. Analyze our content and other information, including emails, instant messages, posts, photos, attachments, and other communications in order to keep our services safe and secure, to assist us in making the content, services, and ads we provide to you more personalized. I know that's where you get the black web, the dark web, right? You can get the dark web. But who's doing the dark web? The ones living in the shadows, right? But the light has to go into the shadows. Sometimes, if you're a light, sometimes you have to blend in with the shadows so that you can observe the shadows. Help advertisers fulfill your request and when authorized by you. Help advertisers and publishers connect to other relevant advertising in their apps and websites. Match and serve targeted advertising across devices and provide targeted advertising. Contact you with information about your account and marketing messages. Associate your activity across the services you differ, as well as associate accounts. Like people would say, "Oh my gosh, like all you do is tattletale." Am I tattletaling? Or am I just, you use it how you will? We all sit around and we complain about what's going on. We complain about not having any privacy, but we're giving our privacy away. And then we're complaining about it. Why give it away and then complain about having no privacy? I've been there, done that. It's like, here, maybe we should all moon them together. Or they'd shit themselves. Yeah. Or some of them. If we looked at it, like, okay, let's take for you look at a computer, at your phone, and what have you, okay? They tell you that it is illegal to give fake information. Okay. I could see it being illegal if you were buying a car. or house. I could, they say it would be illegal because of all the nefarious stuff that takes place on the internet. But see, the thing is, no matter whether you use a real name or a fake name, don't they still have their UPI or ID? What is it called? IPS number? IPS address, sorry. But in many ways, I can see, because there's so many people going on and luring others. But there's also people that are using fake names. Or they're using somebody else's information because they're up to nefarious things. So this one person, he was caught, I believe, this summer for luring, international luring. Not even sure if he was using his real name or they just got him by his IP address. I know, I feel like right now it just feels like others are wondering, like, well, why are you bringing this forward? Because it's that part of looking at yourself, your internal self, to see what's happening inside of you. The interference that's happening, the manipulation that's happening. If people understand energy, okay, because your messages and stuff, it goes through a form of an energy. It goes through the wavelengths, what have you, space, time, what have you. People say, well, space isn't real. What's all this around me? It's empty space, right? But is it actually empty? Are you're able to, the stuff we look for on the internet, the people we want to communicate with, we're meant to be able to do that through our own bodies. That's the consciousness. That's the connection. You become your own computer. Sounds a little messed up, I know. The way they have it set up, they're using it as an abusive process, a manipulation, because they'll keep you directed on certain things and they'll keep you out of being able to explore other perspectives or options. It brings you to a limited space. It keeps you in that box because then you're not able to think outside of what they're offering up to you. It keeps you going down a specific rabbit hole, opposed to being able to have a look down each individual choice option. They give you 3 choices when there's actually an infinite amount of choices. There's an infinite amount of ways of doing it. You're just taught a certain way, and everybody says, well, that's the right way. Maybe for you, but maybe somebody else sees it differently. you share and teach different ways, because you could be doing the same thing, and one way may be easier than the other way. One may take longer, one may be shorter. But there are many ways of doing something. A Rubik's Cube, I'll take for instance, okay? Do you have, when you're sorting out the colors on a Rubik's Cube, you're going in all different directions, right? You're looking at it from different perspectives. You're seeing all sides of the Rubik's Cube. You're not just looking at that one side. And you're not just looking at one color, because you have to put all the colors in their rightful place. And it can get there many different ways depending on how you approach it, how you see it. I see this stuff as putting you focused on a certain narrative, because you've gone down that rabbit hole. So keep you going down that rabbit hole, so you can't see the truth of the other rabbit hole that they don't want you going down, because that's the shadow. It's much the same as you physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. It keeps you from going down those different versions of yourself. You're like an email account. You're continuously getting messages, right? Not in one line. Crap. You're so late. I am the storm. What's it say? It says, they whispered to her, "You can't handle the storm." She whispered back, "I am the storm." And that's you. They believe that you can't handle the storm, but you are that storm. You are that email account. Right now, I feel like right here in the right temple. It's like, holy crap. And now it's like going up the spine and into the shoulders. It's like, hey. It's like another message coming in. You are the medium. You are the in-between. You are the in-between, between the physical and the spirit. You are that message within the email. External email. External mail. You could look at it. Email. An external mail. Something that's an external message coming to you. It's not your own message. I know that there's places that I didn't even give my email address to, but I'm getting messages from these places. It's like, what the fuck? And I never subscribed or never went to it or what have you. So there's like, think of it this way: when you get a strange phone call and you never gave anybody your number. Email discussions, yes. How we resemble the AI community as itself, except more of the alpha, because we're much like an email account. We're constantly receiving messages, and we don't always check those messages because we're not expecting it, or we think it's never going to come in. And how they collect data on us, the information, what all they collect, and reading privacy policies. When spirit's an energetic energy, right? Okay. And you connect with it on different frequencies, whatever your body is feeling at that moment. So it's the attraction. So what you search through or look at, it's the attraction. They send it to you because they think that that's all you want. See, when I look through my TikTok, I look through like spiritual things, religious things, political, medical, and everything like that, because I'm looking to see where everything is at this moment. So a variety of stuff is coming to me because I'm exploring. I'm not going down one rabbit hole. I'm going down a number of rabbit holes so that I can understand and see through and work through the system. We're here to change it. But there are ones that don't want to change it because they're comfortable. So that's the part where I'm saying about people are saying about their privacy, but yet we're giving our privacy away to places like this, which they have no business sharing it unless, like they say, unless it's causing a threat. It's like think of a therapist or anybody, but not in the way that, oh, well, your ego got bruised. A bit later, I'm going to come back on and do another live because I'm going to try a 2 or 3 today. But my next live is going to be with regards to a certain individual and what I like observing through TikTok and what I understand within the situation, within the person's life or situation, because I don't look at I don't look at the person as they are, because there's many layers to it. So I didn't come in to stay very long for this. But here's the part where includes kind of content answer. Okay, viewed, clicked, frequency, duration, how long you've been on. Well, shit, man. I guess you're finding out that I'm on TikTok almost all day searching. It's not because I'm addicted to it, because I'll start watching and my body will say, no, okay. It's like certain things I'm searching for. But when my body grabs onto it, then I pay attention to it and I look into it. I'll read the comments to see what others are saying so that I can understand what it is that I'm searching for to find out. Because right now, I'm going to do my own searching. I ain't going to take a lot for truth right now. Certain, I can feel it in my body if it's truth or if there's something suspicious there. Information from others. We collect information about you when we receive it from other users, third parties, and affiliations such as when you connect your account to a third party service or sign in using a third party partner like Facebook or Twitter. From publicly availability sources. Okay, we'll go down here and it says, with your consent, we will share information with companies, organizations, or individuals outside of Yahoo when we have your content. Ah, crap! They're telling you, hey, we're going to make a profit here. And you are the profit. Your energy is the profit. They're profiting off your information. They're profiting off your energy. Everything runs on energy, but they've made it monetary. It's part of you abundant yet? How are you going to get abundant? How are you going to have abundance if you keep freely offering up your energy? My ex-husband tells me, you do this and nobody gives you money. He says that I should be receiving funds. But I didn't come in to do that. I wouldn't really know the first clue how to even try to ask for it. I know what I offer, and I know my worth. But I also know that a lot of people that view my channel or watch my lives or what have you, a lot of them are probably struggling. Spirit has me doing this to help others find their potential, to see their potential, to give them guidance and help them with bringing in their creativity, their insight, so that they can be abundant. As we help one become abundant, we help others. It's like an email, it's a message from spirit to spirit. As you heal, others heal. As you receive those messages, those frequencies, those downloads, what have you. You know, they're saying downloads. Are you a robot? No, it's not that they're a robot. They're receiving the downloads, but the downloads are their remembrance. Things get sent to you as you need them. A message gets sent to you as you need it, even when it's not something that I don't open really any emails. So the ones that send them to me, it's like, I don't know who you are. I ain't opening that. Right now I have it's like the throat chakras. You got to open your throat chakras because right now it's like screaming. I just heard, how long have you been doing this? It got started in 2020 and more intense after 2021. And then as I started going through it, I started understanding things more and more. Spirit came to me more and more, sent others to me more and more. Because, I say that a Messiah is a messenger from higher. And every one of us are messengers. The Savior. Because you are your Savior. See, through these things on your gadget, your phones, your computers, your tablets, your watches, what have you, when you're going through, that's the blocking. You put your own barrier up so that it can't manipulate your system. It's the same as, if something doesn't seem right, you block it, right? You don't let it in. It becomes a boundary. You set boundaries. Everything you read, everything you experience, it gets filed unless you set a boundary. You go on your Facebook, certain people you don't want more, or what have you, you block them, right? So nothing can come through. And this is what's blocked. I can feel that moving. It's like up in here right now. in the back of the throat. Because there's a lot of people that, they see similar things and they don't say anything. Because they feel, there's no use of saying it. Well, if you think that way, then nobody's going to see it for what it is, are they? Because you gave up. Just because you figure you can't pull them out of it doesn't mean you stop speaking about it, bringing it forward. Yesterday, I believe yesterday or the day before, I was watching this live, and he was saying he was a Mason. And I'll use it again. Like, I kept asking the question, can a woman become a Freemason? And I know he would see the message, but he would skip over it. And then I kept writing it and writing it and writing it. And then all of a sudden, he answered the question. But then when I was coming, just as I was coming back with the truth, because he said that they can't, but when I was coming back with the truth, all of a sudden, his wife was calling to him. Because he was contradicting everything that is said or explained or observed with regards to the Freemasons. I'll talk about this Freemason all I want, because my ancestors were Freemasons. My ancestors were Templars. My ancestors had religious seals. I even looked into my own genealogy, which, genetics is your genealogy passed down from generation to generation, right? Becomes a program. So, when your ancestors disliked certain people, it would have to go down. It would go down the line, right? Because it was taught to them to be that way. So your emails are much the same as the messages you receive from the outside world, whether it be visual, audio, or through the voice. Through the voice. I can feel there's a lot of shifting in the head. It's like, yeah, the rocks are shaking loose. Yeah, like, shit, man, it's a head scratcher. No, but I do got to wash my hair. I just heard somebody say, "You got lice?" It's like, no, but I do got to wash my hair. It's like your hair starts to crawl after it starts getting so long. So right now, I'm going to leave it there, and I will be back on. What time is it? It's 2:12. I'll be back on a little later, okay? Because, like I said, there was someone that I've been observing, and I want to speak about it because it's a part of, we're here to see each other going beyond the mask, beyond the facade. What started the programming in the first place, the behavior in the first place. So I'll leave it there, and I'll see everyone in a bit. And in the meantime, I'm sending you all much love, light, many blessings, most importantly, very good health to anyone and everyone wanting, willing to receive and accept. I want you all to be big, bold, brave. Most importantly, be yourself, be your authentic self, be true to yourself, be kind to yourself, be true and kind to others, and know that you have more strength than you can comprehend at times. If you start seeing your emails and your social media as being associating it with your own self, then you'll be able to start navigating things a little more easier, and you'll understand that it's taking you down a narrow rabbit hole. So I will see you all a little bit later. Sending you love. I wouldn't come in yet.